Stay tuned because Good Sports is coming up next. Kansas City Sports and Fitness is the magazine for sports fans in KC. Inside, we cover local sports and local teams, from pro to peewee and everything in between. And this month's free copy of Kansas City Sports and Fitness includes the Surplus Exchange College Sports Report. You'll find Kansas City Sports and Fitness all over KC at places like the Kansas City Ice Center. And it's free, so pick one up today. Welcome to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness magazine show. Good Sports is presented by Kansas City Chiropractic. Dr. Lynn McIntosh and Kansas City Chiropractic offer the care that can relieve pain and stress and improve overall health. For an appointment, call them at 816-753-4600 or visit kansascitychiropractic.com. And by the Surplus Exchange. Take a tax donation credit plus help KC students when you recycle your electronics and office furniture at the Surplus Exchange. For more information, visit surplusexchange.org or call 816-472-0444. Good Sports was recorded live on Saturday, October 25th. Welcome to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show. I am Steve Fish. I'm the publisher of Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. Today we're here at a new location for Good Sports, Sharks Restaurant and Billiards, located at 10320 Shawnee Mission Parkway. Sharks is the perfect place to unwind, watch a game, enjoy dinner with the family, share a drink with friends, or host a night on the town. Sharks features over 70 beers, a full menu, 40-plus TVs, 24 pool tables, 12 dartboards, and a whole lot more. You can call Sharks at 913-268-4006 to set up your next party or event, or just stop by for lunch or dinner and a game of pool. Visit their website, sharkskc.com, for details on events, their menu, their daily specials, and directions to the restaurant, and a whole lot more. Now, before we get started with the show, I want to tell everyone that our current issue of KC Sports and Fitness is available free at over 700 locations in Kansas City. And with this month's issue, KC Sports continues to celebrate our 17th straight year covering sports in KC. Now, in our current issue of KC Sports, we feature the Royals' dream season and analyze if they can do it again. And we interview Dontari Poe and Travis Kelsey in the Chiefs Report, presented by the American Indian Center of the Great Plains. In our Hockey Report, presented by the Kansas City Ice Center, we write about the Outdoor Ice Pavilion, which opens up in mid-November. And in our College Sports Report, presented by the Surplus Exchange, we interview K-State's Glenn Gronkowski, MU's Jimmy Hunt, and KU football coach Clint Bowen. You can visit our website, kcsportspaper.com, to find a link to a list of locations where you can find Kansas City Sports and Fitness, and you can actually check out a PDF of the entire issue on our website as well. Now, I also want to mention that you can now get a free subscription to the digital version of Kansas City Sports and Fitness. All you have to do is email your name, your email address, your cell phone number, and your age to subscribe at kcsportspaper.com. That's subscribe at kcsportspaper.com, and then watch your email for the next issue of Kansas City Sports and Fitness. And now joining us here on Good Sports is Dr. Lynn McIntosh. She is a board-certified chiropractor licensed in Kansas and Missouri, and in addition to being licensed to provide general chiropractic care, Dr. McIntosh is a certified chiropractic sports physician. She works with athletes from multiple disciplines on specific sports-related problems. Welcome to the show, Dr. McIntosh. Thank you for joining us out here at Sharks.
Thank you so much, Steve.
This you're wearing your Kansas City Royals gear.
You know, you just have to. It is, 29 years not even making it into the postseason. This is spectacular. It's just absolutely wonderful for the city and for those players, and it's just been great.
Yeah, I should mention we are taping this show. It is the 25th, so the World Series is still going on.
Yes, we don't know the answer.
Yeah, probably by the time this airs, we'll be cheering. That's what we want. Uh-huh. But besides the Royals,
yes,
you've had a great month for your practice as well.
Oh, thank you.
Tough comparison here.
Yeah, not quite the same.
I'm stretching it a little bit. But let's start off with some of that big news. KC Chiropractic was awarded as best chiropractor in Kansas City in 2014 by the readers of Pitch Magazine. What was that like?
Fun. I mean, we want to thank everybody for voting for us. That was really great. We had gotten it in 2012 and didn't even know that it existed and that kind of thing. And so people came in and were congratulating us, and we didn't know what it was for. So this year we went to to their big thing and all that. So it was nice. They do a really good job, and it was a lot of fun.
I'll bet it was. Now, one of the other things that you and one of your associates, Dr. Bellman, received your advanced certification in whiplash and brain traumatology from a place called the Spine Research Institute in San Diego.
Yes.
Now, you're only a handful of people that have that certification. And what's it all about? And it has something to do with motor vehicle collisions and injuries and things like that.
Well, it means we took a lot of classes.
Okay.
And we went to school for a long time, and only one of them was in Kansas City because we talked him into coming into Kansas City once. So mostly we were on the East Coast or we were in Chicago or someplace else. And they do everything that relates to we met with people from the president of the International Safety Institute for National Highway Safety Institute. And they do all of the crash sites. You know, on TV when you see the commercial where it has the car crashing into the brick wall or the plane wall or the offset and that kind of thing, that's where they do all that. So we had access to a lot of that. And it involves everything from why are there so many, how are the collisions happening, what kind of injuries do people get during those collisions, and how to treat them. And so a lot of it has to do with mechanics. The mechanics, biomechanics is what chiropractors do every day, but then this is a lot of engineering mechanics involved with it. So, I mean, just some of the reasons why it's so important is, in the United States, we have $346 billion a year. Every year, that is the cost of car crashes.
Right.
And 12% of those are going to have whiplash injuries. And so you've got $43 million being spent on whiplash alone. And a lot of it just really, people kind of poo-poo it and they go, it's just soft tissue. It's not really a problem. It's not going to, you're just going to wait and time will heal it. Well, that's really not a problem because 25% of those people, or 10% of them will have a permanent disability.
Really?
From whiplash. And so, and a lot of those people will still have problems much later on. So it is a huge difference in how we look at how you receive that injury. And so we learned a lot about cars and a lot about how they crash and on what happens to the body inside it. Obviously, wearing seatbelts has been the number one change for why we've reduced fatalities. There have been a lot of changes to vehicles as well, and, changing the glass, changing the safety compartment in the car, the airbags. But don't make the mistake that airbags are going to save you because they are meant to work with your seatbelt.
I see.
So the thing is, if you don't wear the seatbelt and you have an airbag, it actually can increase the chances of you having a much more severe injury. Because if you're going 25 miles an hour and your car stops, if you have your seatbelt on, you will stop with the car.
Right.
So when it stops, the car and the body stop at the same time. Now that airbag is coming out at 200 miles an hour, and it is intended for you to be back here when it comes out. Well, the problem is if your car is moving 25 miles an hour and you don't have a seatbelt on, so you're going along and the car stops, you are still going 25 miles an hour.
Right.
That's the same as falling from a height 3 stories high.
Wow.
So you will be injured. Then if you add, an explosion that hits you at 200 miles an hour on top of the fact that you're going this far forward because you're not supposed to be in this space.
Right.
It really is going to make your injuries much worse. So
what is this certification? We're down to the last minute or so. What does this certification do in how you treat your patients?
Yeah, so we use so we've learned all about the newest ways to treat whiplash and all of the studies on what is the most effective treatment plans and how long do we really have to treat and what space and shape we should do that and when do we add exercise. Because if you add exercise too soon, it actually makes the injury worse.
Right, right. Tell people how they can reach you. We're going to come back and talk about an article that you wrote in this month's issue of Kansas City Sports and Fitness, the October issue. But tell people how they can reach you at Kansas City Chiropractic.
Absolutely. Well, it's kansascitychiropractic.com is probably the easiest. You can find us on Facebook. Our phone number is 816-753-4600.
Easy enough. Very good. Well, we're going to take a quick break. You're watching or listening to Good Sports, KC Sports and Fitness Magazine show. We're coming to you from Sharks Restaurant and Billiards located at 10320 Shawnee Mission Parkway. I'm Steve Fish. We'll be right back. Come on out to the Kansas City Ice Center and skate on the Outdoor Ice Pavilion, which opens in mid-November. And sign up now for Learn to Skate and Learn to Play hockey classes at the Kansas City Ice Center. The KC Ice Center is located 2 miles west of 435 on Johnson Drive. For more information on public skating times, to register for a class or schedule an upcoming party or group event, visit kcicecenter.com or call 913-441-3033. That's 913-441-3033.
With the current trend to live a greener lifestyle, many people and businesses now recycle their electronics. At the Surplus Exchange, your e-waste will never go to a landfill or incinerator, nor will we allow e-waste to be shipped overseas. Some companies employ this tactic and end up polluting other countries with our waste. All materials are safely tracked, destroyed, or reclaimed right here in the U.S. The Surplus Exchange is Kansas City's link between industry, charity, and the environment. To find out more, visit surplusexchange.org.
These days, we're all so busy, and many of us ignore our health and let stress turn into chronic pain. Dr. Lynn McIntosh from Kansas City Chiropractic can provide you with the proper care to relieve pain and stress, improve your health, and get more out of life. And right now, get a free 30-minute massage with your initial visit. Just mention KC Sports when you make your appointment. For more information on Dr. McIntosh and Kansas City Chiropractic, call 816-753-4600 or visit kansascitychiropractic.com. Experience a touch of the Ozarks at Winterstone Golf Course in Independence. And right now, take advantage of off-season rates. $34 on weekdays, $42 on weekends, and $27 after 1 p.m. For tee times, visit winterstonegolf.com or call 816-257-5755. Get DirecTV's Big Deal for just $19.99 per month. Call 855-977-8001. That's 855-977-8001 for more information on DirecTV's Big Deal. Sign up now to get a free subscription to the digital version of Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. Just email your name, email address, cell phone, and age to subscribe at kcsportspaper.com. Sharks Restaurant and Billiards is the perfect place to unwind, watch a game, enjoy dinner with the family, share a drink with friends, or host a night on the town. Sharks features 70 beers, 40-plus TVs, 24 pool tables, 12 dartboards, and more. Call Sharks at 913-268-4006 to set up your next party, or just stop by Sharks at 10320 Shawnee Mission Parkway for lunch or dinner or a game of pool. Visit their website, sharkskc.com, for more details on events, their menu, daily specials, and more. Visit Max Muscle Sports Nutrition in Olathe and get a free nutrition consultation plus save 25% on your next purchase. Max Muscle Sports Nutrition is located at 15253 West 135th Street in Olathe. That's on the southwest corner of 135th and Black Bob near Starbucks. So stop in today and save 25% on your next purchase and visit maxmusclekansascity.com. Welcome back to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show, the show that complements Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. I am Steve Fish. Today we're here at a new location for Good Sports, Sharks Restaurant and Billiards, located at 10320 Shawnee Mission Parkway. Sharks is the perfect place to unwind, watch a game, enjoy dinner with family, share a drink with friends, or host a night on the town. Sharks features over 70 beers, a full menu, 40-plus TVs, 24 pool tables, 12 dartboards, and more. You can call Sharks at 913-268-4006 to set up your next party or event, or just stop by for lunch or dinner and a game of pool. Visit their website, sharkskc.com, for more details on events, their menu, their daily specials, directions to the restaurant, and more. Now, in our current issue of Kansas City Sports and Fitness, check out the Youth Soccer Report presented by DirecTV. This month, we feature a story on the Heartland Invitational Tournament, which is the granddaddy of soccer tournaments in KC, and it's the largest tournament in the Midwest. You can pick up your copy of KC Sports and Fitness at over 700 locations, including Eagles Landing Golf Course, both Minsky's on Berry Road, and the Kansas City Ice Center. And coming up on November 15th, around the time of the opening of the Outdoor Ice Pavilion, we will be out at the Kansas City Ice Center. KC Ice Center is located 2 miles west of 435 on Johnson Drive. And on November 22nd, we'll be at Max Muscle in Olathe. Max Muscle is located on the southwest corner of 135th Street and Black Bob by Starbucks. And if you have a business and you're interested in having us come out to do our show at your business location, call Good Sports at 913-764-2050. And now you can view Good Sports on YouTube. All you have to do is search for the Good Sports KC channel. And joining us here again at Sharks for our second segment is Dr. Lynn McIntosh from Kansas City Chiropractic. She provides general chiropractic care and is a certified chiropractic sports physician. She works with athletes from multiple disciplines on specific sports-related injuries. Welcome back again, Dr. McIntosh.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us. We were talking in the last segment, and we want to add a little bit more to it. You received an advanced certification in whiplash and brain traumatology very recently, and you're one of only a few people in the city that have that. If someone isn't, and it has to do with car accidents and things like that, if someone has an accident, obviously, if it's a really bad accident, you got to get looked at. But sometimes you might walk away and not feel like anything's going on. But
really, even in a low-speed accident, most of the time there is some trauma that happens. You're talking about, a 2,000-pound car and a 100-and-some-pound person. The difference in the amount of force is really great. So, and especially immediately after the accident, you probably don't feel any pain. It's the adrenaline's going, everything's happening, and a lot of this doesn't even show up for days. And so you won't even notice how sore you are, how bad the headache is. Especially some mild brain traumatology really affects the entire, how you sleep, how fatigued you are, all these things that you didn't notice that day or right afterwards. And so for the most part, really everyone should be checked out. And so, I know you're not bleeding. I know that, there's not a bone sticking out. But most chiropractors...
You should get checked out for
you
that.
Should,
yeah.
you really should. I mean, you could be fine or just have a very short amount of treatment and just get everything realigned. And that might be all it is. But we certainly have a lot of tools that are available to us that we didn't used to have. And because we specialize in this, we really have a lot of tools in our office that are available for both evaluation and treatment.
Right, yeah, for sure. And you had mentioned something about a chiropractor would be a good choice to go to.
Absolutely.
because you're dealing with the thing that
right.
the injury would be
Well,
explained.
like I said, if it's not broken and or you've been cleared in the ER, because a lot of times you'll go to the ER and it's like, okay, it's not broken, you're just really sore, here's a painkiller. Well, you might want to follow that up with someone who's going to evaluate you from the biomechanics. And
Right.
and chiropractors, that's who specialize in that.
And people can find out more about Kansas City Chiropractic. Give us your website.
Yes.
Give us your phone number again.
It's kansascitychiropractic.com, and you can find us on Facebook. We are also 816-753-4600.
And now we're going to talk about, in the current issue of KC Sports and Fitness, you wrote about snack sabotage, which was the headline, which
Yes.
was a great headline. Foods that seem healthy, but they really aren't. And we're all, many of us, are fooled by those things.
Well, it's sold. But if it says healthy in the label, aren't we all on
yeah,
board?
of course,
I mean, that's what it is. They
Yeah.
told me it was.
I'm big on the protein bars and things like that, and you'll read about full of protein has got like 4 grams of protein. That's
Right.
nothing.
it's
That's
not that
nothing.
great.
It's not going to fill you up. It's
Yeah.
not going to make you feel better. But one of the things that you start off the article with is the evil or the good sports drink. It looks great when
It's
everybody's
cool.
jumping through
Yeah.
the sports drink and they dump it on the coach and all that stuff. But it's really not necessary.
Well, that's if you are exercising more than 45 minutes to an hour
Right.
solid, where you're doing all cardio, not just where I'm walking from one machine to the next in an hour, but if I am doing true cardio exercise for an hour, if you are running a marathon, yes, it's a great thing.
Yeah.
But if you don't, that's just, it's a lot of extra sugar. It's a lot of extra things. It has what you need in it. However, to make it taste good, it's actually at a little higher concentration for the cell to work well with. It's called osmolarity. It's how much actual particles are inside the cell. And to make it taste good, they actually added a lot of sugar, which increased the osmolarity, so it actually dehydrates you first. So if you can, and like I said, when it's in the right time in the right place, it's absolutely correct. But if you're going to have it, just in general, have a glass of water first, have your Gatorade, then have your sports drink. I don't mean to pick on them. And then another glass of water afterwards. But it's really a 2.5 to 1 ratio to make it the right osmolarity to cross over into your cells.
And what's osmolarity again?
That is how many particles in the cell. So if, like, water doesn't have very many particles, depending on if it's purified or distilled or this or whatever else, and then the higher concentration of particles inside the cell, well, we always want it to be equal. You know, the body always wants to get homeostasis and make it equal.
Right.
So it's going to take the ones that don't have very many and put them in the one that have a lot. And so right now there's more particles in the Gatorade than there is in your cell. Okay. And so it's going to pull some of the water out of your cell to equalize it before you can absorb it in. Okay. So if you have water and that together, it doesn't taste as good. Then, like I say, drink it before, and then it tastes fine. It's got the right amount of particles that it can move right across the cell membrane.
Right. Yeah, and it's so crazy that it's just an after-school drink and things like that for kids. It's full of sugar too.
Yeah,
I mean, there has a certain amount of sugar in it. Of course, maybe not as much as a soft drink.
Probably
but,
not.
Or a mix in water. Right. Packet, which I'm not going to say names and all that.
Yeah, and I'm sorry about that.
No. One of the other things that's on the list is reduced fat peanut butter. I buy that all the time because it's reduced fat. But
and you were doing it for calorie intake because it was supposed to be better.
Mm-hmm. Well, less fat. Yeah.
Less fat. Well, your brain needs fat. Your brain is 68% fat. It's a lot of fat, and all the nerves need fat, and we're now relating all the brain diseases with a lot. We've been on these low-fat diets for so long. Mm-hmm. Now, if you specifically have been told by your doctor to reduce your fat because of your cholesterol and because of this, there is that. But they when they took that out, they increased the sugar. And so it's good fats versus fried chicken fat.
Right.
Okay? So when they say reduce your fat, they don't mean every fat. I mean, because there's a lot of really good fats that you really want. And so this one's not one of your worst ones.
Right, yeah.
So
smoothies are always healthy, aren't
great.
they? Yeah.
Can be. But to make that really fantastic one, and a lot of times at chains, it's mixed in ice cream, or it's got syrup in it to make it so much sweeter, and we've added so much extra sugar. So the fruit has plenty of sugar. And the thing is, even if it's a really good thing, if it's this big and it's all pineapple, which is really high in sugar, you put your banana that's high in sugar, you put that, or you can have all berries, which is going to be a lot lower in your sugar. So depending, but it's a volume thing. You can take in a lot of calories in a smoothie without even knowing, and even in the good ones, but at least you're getting all the health benefits then if you do it that way. But if you're just buying a smoothie, like, you don't necessarily know what's in it, and a lot of times it is just a lot of extra sugar.
We're talking with Dr. Lynn McIntosh from Kansas City Chiropractic. You can reach her at 816-753-4600. We're talking about snack sabotage, foods that you think are healthy that maybe aren't, and energy bars fall into that as well. A lot of them are loaded with sugar. That's the first thing that I look at when I'm trying to pick one out at the convenience store.
Sure. Well, that's what it's called, an energy bar.
Right.
Which energy is sugar. Sugar, that is what energy, that's what your body looks at as, when it sees sugar, it goes energy.
Yeah.
And that's fantastic. If I need it, if I am running, if I am doing a lot of work, if I'm, really active in any way, it's supposed to be to allow me to continue that activity or recover or all kinds of stuff. But if I'm just, hanging out, I probably have enough energy. I hope. If not, we've got other things we need to talk about. But
yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, one of the other things is fat-free salad dressing, but the one I want to get to is dried fruit.
Yeah.
Because you'd think, and we're almost running out of time here, but dried fruit, you'd think, well, it's fruit, it's good.
It is.
But there's actually the fact that there is no water in it is not a good thing, and I found that really interesting.
Well, again, you've concentrated the sugar. So an apple that's this big, you can dry that down to very little. So now I'm taking in the same calorie count of 5 apples pretty easily if I just keep eating without really paying attention to how much I've had. So it's got fiber, but it kind of loses it when you dehydrate it as well.
Right.
So you need all that water. It's a lot cheaper. The dried fruit, while it's very good, is really expensive. And if you just ate the fruit, it would be cheaper and better for you. And because you need that water at the same time.
Right.
And, you'd just be surprised at how much, when it does dehydrate like that, it just really concentrates that sugar.
Yeah.
So it is good. You do get some benefits if it's limited.
And the water's actually going to help you feel full.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, the water in an apple, I eat an apple all the time, and the water's going to help you feel full.
Yeah.
Again, give us your information on how people can reach you.
Absolutely. It's chiropractic. KansasCityChiropractic.com. You can find us on Facebook, and it's 816-753-4600.
Wonderful. Thank you, Dr. McIntosh. That'll do it for our show today. My thanks to our host for the show, Sharks Restaurant and Billiards, and our guest, Dr. Lynn McIntosh from Kansas City Chiropractic. Be sure to join me, Steve Fish, again next week at the same time for Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show. And check out some of our other shows on YouTube. Search for the Good Sports KC channel. So until next week, be sure to read all about sports, health, and exercise in Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. You'll find it all over KC, and it's free, so pick it up today.
Eagles Landing Golf Course is the place to play golf in the Southland and is by far the best golf value around. Right now, with your coupon from KC Sports Magazine, 2 players can play with cart for just $50 on weekdays anytime and after 1 p.m. on weekends in October. For more details, visit eagleslandinggolfcourse.com. And for tee times, call 816-318-0004 and make the drive to see why Eagles Landing is the best golf value in KC. Kansas City Sports and Fitness welcomes the American Indian Center of the Great Plains as our new sponsor of the Chiefs Report. The American Indian Center of the Great Plains is located inside the Loretto at 1111 West 39th Street in Kansas City, Missouri. For more information on the American Indian Center of the Great Plains or to book the Loretto for an event, call 816-888-4877. That's 816-888-4877. Do you spend every waking hour searching for prescription painkillers, heroin, or opiate drugs? Do pain pills control your life? Is there a real risk of losing your job, your family, everything? iCare can help with the devastation of addiction. Call iCare at 816-875-4325. That's 816-875-4325. Or visit iCarePrimaryCare.com for more information. Bring basketball fever to your own backyard or your driveway with your very own game court from Sport Court of Kansas City. Game courts can also be installed for volleyball, racket sports, soccer, tennis, or roller hockey. For more details, call Sport Court at 913-963-7529 or visit sportcourtkc.com. The Army Reserve has more than 120 unique career opportunities, so you can add to your current strengths or build brand new ones. Join the Army Reserve and you'll make a difference in your life and the lives of others. Learn more at goarmy.com/reserve. For more information, contact the Greater Kansas City Company at 3720 Arrowhead Drive, Suite B. Telephone number 816-531-3818. There's Strong, and then there's Army Strong. Paid for by the U.S. Army. Sign up now to get a free subscription to the digital version of Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine and read KC Sports on your PC, tablet, or smartphone. Just email your name, email address, cell phone, and age to subscribe at kcsportspaper.com. That's subscribe at kcsportspaper.com. Then watch your email to see next month's issue of KC Sports and Fitness Magazine. So subscribe today. PDF reader required. By submitting your information, you agree to allow us to contact you with notifications and offers from KC Sports, Good Sports, and our sponsors. You can have Good Sports recorded at your business location. Just call 913-764-2050 for more information. We celebrate the Royals' dream season and analyze if they can do it again in this month's Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. Plus, we feature interviews with Chiefs Travis Kelce and Dontari Poe and cover KU, MU, and K-State. Plus, check out the Surplus Exchange College Sports Report, the KCI Center Hockey Report, the DirecTV Youth Soccer Report, the U.S. Army Top Performers, and the American Indian Center of the Great Plains Chiefs Report. KC Sports is available all across KC, and it's always free, so pick one up today. Maximize your performance on and off the golf course through the Golf Matrix program, which is available at the Core Strategies Physical Therapy and Movement Center in Overland Park. The team at Core specializes in rehab and performance training for all ages and activity levels. To learn more about Core's sports-specific programs, including the Golf Matrix, visit coreptkc.com or call 913-322-4000. That's 913-322-4000. Now you can view our shows and past shows on YouTube. Search for the Good Sports KC channel.